Orpheus and Eurydice. The story of Orpheus and Eurydice is the ultimate tragic love story. Perhaps one of the most famous Greek myths, it has inspired many important painters, such as Paul Rubens and Nicolas Poussin. Moreover, many operas, songs, and plays have been composed to honor these two great lovers who tragically lost the chance to enjoy their love. Orpheus is talented at playing music. Orpheus is known as the most talented music player of the ancient times. It is said that god Apollo was his father, from whom took his extreme talent in music, and the muse Calliope was his mother. He was living in Thrace, in the northeastern part of Greece. Orpheus had a divinely gifted voice that could charm everyone who heard it. When he was presented first the lyre as a boy, he had it mastered in no time at all. The myth says that no god or mortal could resist his music, and even the rocks and trees would move themselves to be near him. According to some ancient texts, Orpheus is accredited to have taught agriculture, writing, and medicine to mankind. He is also attributed with having been an astrologer, a seer, and a founder of many mystic rites. The strange and ecstatic music of Orpheus would intrigue the minds of people to things overnatural and had the power to broaden the mind to new unusual theories. However, apart from a musical talent, Orpheus also had an adventurous character. He was believed to have taken part in the Argonautic expedition, which is the voyage of Jason and his fellow Argonauts to get to Colchis and steal the Golden Fleece. In fact, Orpheus played a vital role during the expedition because, playing his music, he put to sleep the sleepless dragon that was guarding the Golden Fleece, and thus Jason managed to get the fleece. Moreover, the music of Orpheus saved the Argonauts from the sirens, the strange female-like creatures who were seducing men with their nice voices, and then they were killing them. Love at first sight. Orpheus used to spend much of his early years in the idyllic pursuits of music and poetry. His skill had far surpassed the fame and respect of his music. Humans and beasts alike would be enchanted by it, and often even the most inanimate of objects would yearn to be near him. Well into his youth he had mastered the lyre, and his melodious voice garnered him audiences from near and far. It was at one such gathering of humans and beasts that his eyes fell on a wood nymph. The girl was called Eurydice. She was beautiful and shy. She had been drawn to Orpheus, enamored by his voice, and such was the spell of beauty in music and appearance that neither could cast their eyes off each other. Something inexplicable tugged the hearts of the two young people, and soon they fell dearly in love, unable to spend a single moment apart. After a while, they decided to get married. Their wedding day dawned bright and clear. Hymenaeus, the god of marriage, blessed their marriage, and then a great feast followed. The surroundings were filled with laughter and gaiety. Soon the shadows grew large, signaling an end to the revelry that had lasted much of the day, and the wedding guests all took leave of the newlyweds, who were still sitting hand in hand and starry-eyed. They soon both realized that it was time they were on their way and departed for home. The snake bite, however, things would soon change and grief would ensure happiness. There was one man who was despising Orpheus and desired Eurydice for his own. Aristeus, a shepherd, had plotted a plan to conquer the beautiful nymph. And there he was, waiting in the bushes for the young couple to pass by. Seeing that the lovers were approaching, he intended to jump on them and kill Orpheus. As the shepherd made his move, Orpheus grabbed Eurydice by the hand and started running. Tragedy struck when Eurydice was bitten by a venomous snake while fleeing from a lustful shepherd. She died as a result of the snake's bite and was sent to the underworld, the realm of the dead. Overwhelmed by grief, Orpheus decided to journey to the underworld to bring Eurydice back to the land of the living. Armed with his lyre, Orpheus descended into the underworld and charmed its inhabitants, including Hades, the ruler of the underworld, and his wife Persephone, with his enchanting music. They were so moved by his melodies that they agreed to let Eurydice return to the world of the living on one condition. Orpheus must lead her out of the underworld without looking back until they reached the surface. Orpheus eagerly agreed to the condition and began leading Eurydice back to the surface, filled with hope. As they journeyed through the darkness, Orpheus could not resist the urge to look back and see if Eurydice was following him. However, the moment he glanced back, Eurydice was whisked back to the underworld, forever lost to him. It is said that her last words to him were a heartbreaking farewell. Devastated by the loss of his beloved, Orpheus spent the rest of his days mourning her. He rejected the company of women and turned his attention solely to his music, composing sorrowful and sad songs. His music had the power to move even the gods and continued to be revered by mortals. The story of Orpheus and Eurydice is often seen as a powerful metaphor for the fragility of human life and the inevitability of death. It explores themes of love, loss, and the limits of human desire. The tale has inspired numerous artistic works, including operas, plays, poems, and paintings, and continues to captivate audiences with its poignant portrayal of love and tragedy.